Starting at the gym can be incredibly hard. I remember my first experience of the gym. I walked straight over to the bench press, loaded up the bar with some weights, tried to do some pressing and absolutely stuffed it. I got stuck under the bar and someone had to kind of run to my aid and help get that bar up. It was super embarrassing and it wasn't exactly the best gym experience. I have made so many mistakes throughout my gym journey, and kind of looking back or reflecting, I wish that there was someone that could have pointed out the mistakes that I was making so I could have saved a lot of time. So today I'll be talking about those big mistakes that I made so you can avoid them. And if you stick around to the end, I'll also be giving you some solutions and some tips that you can use to get the most out of your experience in the gym when you're first starting out. So the first mistake I made was actually joining up to a gym I couldn't stand going to. I remember it clearly. I was driving down the road. I saw kind of a gym to my right and I thought, that's it. Today's the day I'm going to join. I just went to the first gym that I kind of saw, joined up, started going, and it was actually a bit of a bodybuilding, powerlifting gym. There was a lot of really experienced, really big and muscly people in that gym, and it wasn't exactly the best gym for me as a beginner, just kind of finding my feet. It was quite a little bit more of an intimidating environment. The second mistake I made was actually not reading the gym contract properly. And this is a problem because it kind of got to the end of my membership a few months or kind of a year later, and there was a few kind of hidden surprises. I didn't realize that I wouldn't get my gym membership tag deposit back, and I also kind of had to give a notice period of 1 or 2 months, and I had to kind of keep paying for a membership I didn't want to go to anymore. So if you're getting value out of today's content, please like and subscribe so it can spread to more people that need it. Next up is I spent way too much time just being comfortable on the machines. So I kind of just stuck on the machines and didn't really venture out and get to know any of the other areas of the gym. And if you stick around to the end, I'll be telling you what I probably should have done in retrospect to actually get the most out of my experience. The next thing I did wrong when I first started in the gym was performing a workout split. So essentially this is doing, say, on a Monday doing chest, Tuesday doing back, and then Wednesday doing legs. And this wasn't actually the most effective way to train as a beginner. My final mistake is I was constantly changing up my workouts. You know, if you wouldn't have a clue, I didn't even have a clue what I was doing each day. I kind of just rocked up and did different things each and every day. Now, when you first get in the gym, it's okay to kind of experiment and get to know all the machines, but I should have been doing something else. And again, I'm going to talk about that in a second. So if I had my time again, here's how I would have actually rectified all of the mistakes I've just mentioned. The first one would be, instead of joining the first gym I kind of drove past, would have been to research different facilities in my area, gone and done a few gym trials, and actually tried to find a gym that I felt comfortable and it felt like my home. In that case, I would have actually looked forward to going to my workouts and I would have been a lot more consistent in my training. The next mistake was me signing a contract without actually reading and understanding it. And if I had my time again, I would have actually gone through each point of the contract, understood what it meant, and this would have saved me a lot of hassle. It would have saved me money, and in particular, one thing that happened was in one of the contracts that I've signed, it stipulated that they could pass on my information to a third party. And now I get all these random phone calls because I essentially sold my information. So make sure, in fact, watch this video here because that's going to give you the lowdown of everything you need to know about gym contracts before you sign. Next up was using machines, okay? There's nothing wrong with machines, but if I had my time again, I would have spent, 80 to 90% of my time on big compound functional movements like the deadlift, the back squat, bench press, all of these movements that give you the most bang for your buck in the gym. Using the barbells, getting comfortable using kind of the scary areas of the gym, because those exercises are the most effective. Next up was performing a split instead of doing what I recommend now, whole body workouts. The reason for this is, as a beginner, the load that you're lifting is not that significant because you're just getting to know the exercises, so you can afford to practice and get good at these exercises, these big compound exercises, more regularly than if you're a more advanced lifter. Advanced lifters, that's when you can start to split up your body parts, but as a beginner, always stick to whole body workouts kind of 2 to 4 times a week, giving yourself one rest day in between. My fifth mistake was constantly varying and changing up my workouts. If I had my time again, I would have actually kind of picked 5 or 6 staple exercises and absolutely nailed them for a few months and got really proficient at them, loaded them, progressed them so I could get good at them. Your body's going to respond a lot better to that than if you're constantly changing it up. You know, you're doing back squat one day, front squat the other, and you're not actually getting good at any of the movements. This is really important when you're first starting out. At Get Gym Fit, we're all about helping fitness beginners overcome their gym fear and intimidation, sign up to their first membership, and start lifting weights properly so they can achieve actual ongoing results with their body. So again, like and subscribe so we can spread this great content to more people who need it.